similar flu virus about 30 years ago that gives many of the seniors today some protection against it.
We'll
so
take a break.
Some good news.
Good news, good news. We'll talk about that a little more in a moment. We've got a couple of callers. You want to take a call?
Sure.
Hey, good morning, caller. Thank you for waiting. Hello there, caller.
I'd like to ask a question about the vaccine.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm a senior citizen and understand that senior citizens are low on the list of those getting the recommended vaccine. Well, I was wondering, is there some other product that would act as a vaccine that would help and be in plenty of supply for seniors? Because I just feel I'm left out here having no protection. Could you answer my question on that? Is there another substance that might act as a deterrent to this flu?
Well, I think we're only talking about the H1N1 vaccine.
Swine flu.
The swine flu vaccine that is probably going to be in shorter supply. Your regular flu vaccine that comes out every year, you should take that, and that may give you some protection. As I tried to mention a moment ago, seniors don't seem to be coming down with the swine flu as readily as young children and young adults. And that's because they think that by years of having your regular vaccine, it may be protecting you somewhat, and also that there was a strain of flu about 30 years ago that gives many seniors protection.
Also, there have been several strains of flus, not just that one.
Right.
So we've undergone flu every year.
Right, and it's important to get your regular flu vaccine. And of course, Office for the Aging works with the Department of Health and actually the Visiting Nursing Association, and we do flu clinics at about 30 different sites around the county. So I would encourage you to check out our website when those flu clinics are going to be, or you can call any of our offices. We should have the dates by the beginning of September or end of August when those flu clinics are going to be. I'd encourage you to go get your regular vaccine. And, good hand washing techniques are always really important. Cleaning your counters, your surfaces with a light bleach solution, and washing your hands frequently, especially when you've been out and about and touching, door handles and things that many other people have touched. That will help to protect you.
Okay, the caller, does that answer your question?
Well, to a certain extent, but there's so many variables here. Seniors don't get mixed with the general population as often as the younger generation, and I just hope that they work hard on as the lady.
Yeah, well, as Mort pointed out,
I appreciate her explanation.
Yeah, well, caller, as Mort pointed out, the state has recommendations for just holding up if it becomes rampant around here. Just hold up for a month,
Well, we're not sure whether we won't have enough vaccine, but the priority has been, the children and the young adults and the healthcare workers, because we see that they're the most susceptible to this problem.
Also, Marianne, they don't, to my knowledge, they have not, as of yet, perfected a vaccine for the swine flu. They're experimenting around.
I don't know. I think they have a very good vaccine.
Has it been proven? Mm-hmm. That's the question.
I mean, they develop flu vaccine every year. In fact, I was down at the Wyeth Ayers laboratories outside of Philadelphia, and where they produce much of they're one laboratory that produces flu vaccine every year. It takes a certain amount of time. They produce it in eggs. That's where they grow it. That's why if you have an egg allergy, usually you can have a problem with it. But once they know what the strain is, it takes a certain amount of time to produce the vaccine, but usually they're very effective.
Okay, well, thank you, caller. Send me a stamped envelope. I got some gifts for you.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for the call. Call again, too.
You bet. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bye.
We have another caller. Do we have a caller on there? Is that caller waited all this time? Morning, caller. Are you there?
Good morning. Reed. How are you?
Good morning. What's up?
I was just curious about technology and how the Office for the Aging is helping embrace technology with seniors.
What kind of technology? You mean the computer?
Well, anything from computers to video cameras to
Yeah.
just anything.
What are you doing for that? You at school?
Well, actually, we've been going after a couple grants to do more training at the libraries for seniors, and how to use the internet, how to set up email, how to research on the net to get information about your health and wellness. And we're also involved with bringing broadband into Chautauqua County. We had a seminar up at SUNY Fredonia around the use of broadband to assist on many fronts, especially with telemedicine and telehealth. We're hoping that we can, since we have a shortage of doctors and we live in a rural area, it doesn't mean that seniors need to be cut off from these experts on certain diseases. And we hope that with broadband coming into our county, we can set up clinics where you could be in Westfield or at WCA or in Dunkirk, but actually the doctor could be somewhere else and you could get an expert opinion about whatever your problem is. So these are some of the ways that we're trying to encourage, technology for improvements for seniors.
There you go, caller.
So is there like special classes you have set up? So if I wanted to get my grandmother down there, learn how to set up an email so she can email with me. Is there? I mean, how would I go about getting?
We don't have anything at this moment. We've been talking with the libraries to hopefully start something in the fall. The other thing, I've been talking with schools about doing some classes for seniors using high school students as mentors. I think it's a great relationship, and if you have an in at any of the schools, I'd love to come and talk to them about it. I have put out that feeler. There's a great program where high school students work with seniors and show them how to use the internet, how to get to like a, what do you call it, where they can go and talk on the internet.
A chat room.
A chat room, sorry. It's Saturday morning and the brain isn't functioning fully. But, and it's been very successful in other communities. I'm just trying to get somebody on the bandwagon at one of these schools. They call me often and ask me, what can we do with Office for the Aging? But nobody has really taken the ball and run with it.
So thank you.
But, you could check in with our office in September, and hopefully I'll know more then about what the libraries will have. The libraries do have a grant coming through from the Bill Gates Foundation around broadband, and that should be inclusive of training people how to get on the internet and use the internet.
Ron Village should just run right over and set them up, set their email up.
Who will?
Ron.
Ron Vklotz? Now, don't get me in trouble, Reed.
No, that's what I heard. He just called and he'd run right over and set their email up for them. What the heck? He's a master, you know.
In between his healthcare counseling.
Okay, the Office of Aging will give you much advice, and hopefully they'll actually have a program set up. But as the caller suggested, they are training people at school for this. Many schools have programs.
Well, the libraries have the programs. We'd like to get more going at the schools.
Adult education. But you can also go online with your computer. It'll tell you how to do it if you really need help. You know, you don't need that free $5, $6 disc that you get from that old guy that sells billions of them for free and then charges $6 shipping and handling. That's where he's making his dough. It's actually in the computer. It'll tell you how to set it up without any hassle. But on top of that, if you see a kid go by your house, grab the kid, bring him in, say, "Kid, set me up for email." He'll have you set up in 10 minutes flat.
I know my kids have always been my tech support on the net.
Yeah, kids seem to know all this stuff. There's some dumb ad I see on TV where there's a 40-year-old woman says, "You know, my 3-year-old kid knows more about the computer than I." I'd never admit that, I'll tell you.